Hi, meteorologist Pete Mangione. Another weekend, another storm to track. This one will be a little bit different than the past couple of storms. This will kind of take a while to pile up. It will come at us in pieces. Piece number one is actually moving through today and tonight, and this will be a much more minor piece to the storm. So as we look at our timeline, you can see we're expecting light snow today. You could see a coating in spots, and then overnight, I wouldn't be surprised if we had a heavier burst of snow move in. So by early tomorrow morning when you wake up, you could see a coating to even 2 inches of snow already on the ground. But the heavier stuff, the more major piece to the storm, arrives Sunday night through Monday. And this is really the uncertain part of the storm right now, in that, we need to see how this next chunk of energy evolves. It could end up missing us a little bit more. In that case, we would reduce our snowfall amounts. It could end up coming in a little bit stronger. In that case, we would increase our snowfall amounts. So definitely a lot could change with this forecast. We'll definitely be looking at the Sunday night to Monday time frame very carefully, as that will be potentially the heaviest time to get our snow. So we move on here to our temperatures for this afternoon. Staying in the upper 20s, I want to point something out. Watch what happens as we go into 8 p.m. tonight. We are still in the 20s, so that will actually provide some relief from the temperature freefall that we saw yesterday, where many spots got below zero. At least at 8 p.m. tonight, we'll stay in the 20s, and the breezes won't be all that bad. You will be dealing with some light snow, but the road should be passable. Things should be okay. Just use some caution out there. And then as we go into tomorrow afternoon, notice what happens. Most of our locations, including Providence, Ewan, Smithfield, Taunton, you're in the 20s, certainly cold enough to support all snow. At the coast, notice how we're in the upper 20s. Block Island, you're at 32. This is a sign that some warmer air may be trying to move in, and that could transition over some of the precipitation to sleet or maybe even rain, freezing rain at times at the coast for Sunday into Monday. And that's going to be a big part of why that those coastal accumulations will be somewhat limited, at least less than what we're going to see inland in terms of the snow. This afternoon, off and on light snow, could see a coating in spots, temperatures there in the 20s. And then here is that accumulation map. Now, a couple things to point out. First, notice how we're saying final amounts by Tuesday. I'm going to circle that right up here. Okay, so that means that it takes several days to actually get to these final accumulation amounts. I have 6 to 10 for northern Rhode Island, northern Bristol County. This includes Providence, Lincoln, Cumberland, North and South Attleboro. 3 to 6 inches I have for a good part of South County and coastal Rhode Island, coastal Massachusetts. So New Bedford, Newport, Jamestown, Westerly, Charlestown. You will potentially get some mixing into sleet. And even if you don't get the sleet, I think the snow will be a fair amount wetter. Wetter snow does not pile up as quickly as dry snow, and that's another reason you'll probably see these lesser amounts of snow. Now, we're going to have to watch this carefully. Should the storm drift a little further to the north, then maybe we would take this 3 to 6 inch strip and push it up into Providence. Right now, though, I'm going to leave the capital city in the 6 to 10 inch zone, but definitely a lot of changes could be on the way. We'll be looking at more data throughout the weekend. This is a really important part of the forecast. This is our accumulation timeline. We don't always use this, but I think this storm is a perfect case where we should use it because it really details the impacts of the storm and when the heaviest snow will be. Notice by tomorrow morning a dusting of 2 inches. By tomorrow evening, sorry about that, I'll get that graphic out of the way. By tomorrow evening, 7 p.m., and keep in mind this is an inland forecast, we only have 1 to 3 inches of snow on the ground. So that's basically the next 24 to 36 hours, 1 to 3 inches, not that much. But by 7 o'clock in the morning, 3 to 6 inches. By 7 p.m. Monday night, 6 to 8 inches. So it is early Monday morning through the afternoon, even late Sunday night where the bulk of our accumulation will come through. And then 7 o'clock on Tuesday morning, I have 6 to 10 inches. That Monday night into early Tuesday morning time frame is really going to depend on how the storm evolves. It does look like it's going to try to strengthen offshore. If it wraps a little bit moisture around then northeastern Rhode Island, places like Cumberland, northern Bristol County, you get a bit more snow late on Monday night. But I think most of us will have our accumulation over with by Monday evening at around 7 p.m. Excuse me. On Sunday through Tuesday, here's your coastal accumulation forecast. Very similar theme to the inland forecast, with the bulk of the accumulation coming late Sunday night into Monday night. Notice how we jump from 1 to 2 inches Sunday evening to 3 to 5 by Monday evening, with a grand total of 3 to 6. So not as much accumulation, but you pile up the sleet, freezing rain. It could be a real mess along the coast as well. And in the 7-day Futurecast, I did want to point out not a lot of melting going on, especially Thursday and Friday. Another Arctic front looks to push through. So by Friday afternoon, highs in the teens, lows could be easily below zero. So the good news is that, you know, it's going to take a while for all the snow to get here, so that's going to make it a little easier to plow, for you to do the shoveling. However, you know, we're kind of running out of room to put the snow, so it would be nice to get a little relief in terms of, you know, seeing some of the snow melt. Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of melting over the next several days. Enjoy your weekend. TJ Del Santo is in later on this afternoon and this evening with updates. We'll see you.